being the right mood, chanting the invocation prayers, paying respects sa ating mga spiritual teachers. Join me as we recite the mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nasta Priyashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamas Loke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Thank you very much for joining our morning Srimad Bhagavatam class, and it's always fun kasi kakaiba naman yung mga nangyayari ngayon sa story natin. It was the story ni Narada Muni. Yes. And if you could remember, nagstay si Narada Muni sa house nila, and there were visitors. Merong mga Vedantis or mga pure devotees who have stayed there for 4 months. Tapos ginawa niya, he helped his mother to serve them. And because of that association, maraming benediction, marami siyang blessings, and his sins or unwanted baggages, mga anarthas, was cleansed. Because of that, he started the devotional service. Sabi nga, it is just like a river. Yung river na yon tuloy-tuloy, and hindi natin mapipigilan yung start ng ating devotional service. So reading sa ating Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, creation, text number tayo. 29. Text number 29. I was very much attached to those sages. I was gentle in behavior, and all my sins were eradicated in their service. In my heart, I had strong faith in them, and no, I had subjugated the senses, and I was strictly following them with body and mind. Sabi nga, these are the necessary qualification ng isang disciple or ng isang student. Sobrang kakaiba to kasi mind you, si Narada Muni was just 4, 5 years old, and ganito na yung characteristic na develop niya. Of course, having a good birth because of the Garbhadana Samskara, at the same time, yung association, it helped him yung mapropel yung kanyang devotional service or yung life niya as a devotee. Sobrang importante to seek the association of pure devotees. Sinabi Tip Chandra, may may share dito kasi namiss ka namin kahapon.
Medyo napaaga yata.
Yeah. Hindi ka pa
Yes,
namin
sabi
naririnig.
niya.
Nakakonect na ba yung mic mo? You have.
Pinaririnig.
Naririnig na. Okay. Narinig daw ni John na meron na raw pala.
Pero mahina or what?
Yan. Meron na.
Okay. So, yun nga. He was very attached to those sages. And he said, I was gentle in behavior. Yung una nga nito is kung bakit yung mga sages ay binigyan siya ng mercy. Sabi nga, ito na naman tayo sa causeless mercy. Wala siyang, kumbaga, wala tayong ginawa para to have that mercy. Talagang mercy lang ng mga pure devotee. Kaso, merong sinabi dito na yung he was gentle in behavior. Kumbaga, um, isang qualification niya, although kumbaga wala nga siyang ginawa, pero na-attract pa rin yung mercy ng mga pure devotee dahil doon sa qualification niya. Sabi dito, he was self-controlled, sober, and possessed with sweet spirit of seva. Gusto niyang enthusiastic siyang mag-serve sa mga Vedantis. Kaya ganun na lang yung tuwa sa kanya and reciprocation sa kanya na ito qualified itong person na to kahit bata pa siya. Nakikita na yung qualities niya na uh, very conducive to sa devotional service. And he deserved to know the Lord and serve the Lord. So, ayan, sabi nga, once with their permission, he ate the holy remnants of their food, destroying his sin. Sabi nga dito, eradicated. All my sins were eradicated in their service. And in my heart, I had a strong faith with them. So, kumbaga, yan just a moment ng association nga with the devotee. Duray mo yun lang, makita mo na sila or what, is ma-eradicate na yung sin natin. So, how much more we serve them also. So, napaka-importante ng Devotees Association. So, kaya sabi nga nung dun sa poster ni Radha Charan Prabhu, goodbye. Parang hateful goodbye yan eh. Masakit na goodbye yan na nakasama mo ng mga ilang buwan yung mga Vedantis. Then, I think aalis na sila yung time na yun. Diba? Parang gano'n. Okay.
Good morning, Radhanath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Good morning, everybody. Nice to again be here with your association. Thank you, Nawadip Chandra Prabhu, sa pag-share mo ipag-share mo ng mga thoughts. One thing na gusto kong maungkat natin is the fact yung another feature how great this devotional process is. Kasi 'di ba Narada Muni, mind you, he is a son of a maidservant. So, practically, sabi pa nga na yung bodily features niya, masyadong maganda, low birth, sort of low birth. No advantages at all na parang easily sana mas magawa yung devotional service, mas favorable. Pero hindi. Yung devotional service is so powerful and equally as effective kahit nasa ang status ka pa ng buhay. The only qualification you just really have is that sincerity and that mood of service. Kasi kung titignan mo si Narada Muni, yun nga parang mas nakatulong pa sa kanya yung yung situation niya na simpleng buhay lang, anak ng maidservant. Practically yun nga parang nasa lower class of men sila, parang gano'n. Pero hindi, to his advantage actually, nakatulong sa kanya yon sa devotional life niya. Kasi minsan, yung sinasabi nga na 'di ba, may sometimes yung devotee, if he wasn't fortunate enough to finish in a particular lifetime his devotional life, in the next life he will continue, and may mga advantages yon na sinasabi sa next life na he will take birth in a high class family with good education, with good bodily features, and so on and so forth, diba? Sabi sa in-explain ni Srila Prabhupada sa purports niya, yung mga nakaraang purports, sabi niya nga pwede pang maging disadvantage yun kasi pwede pa siyang masway with those kind of material advantages, sort of. Pwede maging disadvantage siya. Pero nakikita natin, at least yung gusto kong i-share, nakikita natin sa sitwasyon ni Narada Muni, practically no advantages at all. But the only thing na talagang naging qualification niya or naging good fortune niya is that he himself is parang meron na siyang ganung qualities ng sober, simple, in the mood of service, and by the mercy of these Bhaktivedantas, by serving them personally taking their remnants, foodstuffs. Naging ano yun, nagpropel sa ano niya yun, sa spiritual life niya. So, let us not parang sabi nga, huwag tayong magja-judge whether nasa mataas ka na ah, status ng buhay, nasa lower status of living. So, in devotional service does not discriminate on this. Actually, I would even say na sometimes mas favorable nga siya to those who are just very simple in life. We can take into consideration then why the gopis are the best devotees of the Lord, because they're simple village girls. Simple village girls. They're ready to leave everything behind. Once they see Krishna, once they hear about Krishna, na-addict na sila, wala na silang pakialam. Iwanan nila lahat, parang ganun. So, yung advantages and disadvantages, nasa ano lang talaga nasa devotion. So, it doesn't matter. This devotional service, this process of devotional service does not discriminate at all. So, devotional service, kijay.
Sobrang, sobrang ganda nun. And that service actually is so sublime. Actually, yung simple service lang na gumawa yung isang tao, gustong-gusto nila gawin yung bakit gusto ng mga tao mag-volunteer, bakit gusto ng tao na mag-perform ng mga ganong activities, philanthropic activities. They wanted to serve kasi ayun yung nature ng tao nga. There was this program um, that was in Silicon Valley, yung ISKCON temple natin doon. They had a program sa temple, people could go and volunteer. And di biro yung mga napunta doon. Some are millionaires, some are billionaires. May pupunta doon, then nakaka-experience sila ng pag-volunteer. And one time, si Vice Sheka Prabhu was telling stories na may program sila for volunteering, welcoming yung mga tao mag-volunteer for cooking, tapos prasadam distribution. Then lumapit sa kanya yung isang, like an elderly lady, pero alam na alam ng tao na kung gaano siya kayaman. Pero sabi niya, kailan mauulit 'to? First time ko gumawa ng bagay na hindi ako binayaran and I'm so happy. Sobrang blissful siya. Tapos alam niya kung saan napunta yung service niya, ano yung purpose ng service niya. Eh, what more pa kung mag-serve ka kay Krishna. Much more pa kung mag-serve ka sa devotee ni Krishna. Which is ayun yung ginawa ni Narada Muni. Us, we are neophyte practitioner ng Krishna consciousness. For me, personally, I know few years or this at least this lifetime, our goal is to serve those who are pure devotees. And that is yung yung parang fast track to please Krishna, to serve the pure devotees. And paano ba mag-serve lang din doon? We inquire ano yung mga instructions nila sa atin, how to improve our devotional service, how to improve our spiritual life. And we obediently follow that instructions. Katulad ng ginawa ni Narada Muni. And that success will be sure sa ating spiritual life. Sa text 30, eto na. Tapos na yung 4 months. Tapos na yung pagstay ng mga Vedantis doon. And eto yung pinaka mahirap gawin. Mahirap na mag-goodbye sa ano eh. Alam mo yung Pinoy pag mag-gathering, tapos mag-goodbye na. Minsan yung goodbye 30 minutes eh. Diba? O kaya pag very special yung kausap mo sa phone, ang tagal ng goodbye, o ikaw na magbaba. As ang daming topic na nabubuksan. What more pa pag alam mo na yung mga kasama mo or yung um, pinagsilbihan mo just like Narada Muni, he knows na hindi lang yung benefit ng association niya yung nakuha niya, pero yung benefit na yung love niya kay Krishna nagde-develop, na-cleanse yung heart niya, nagbago. Ang daming nagbago sa kanya. Ang hirap ng goodbye na yon. Sa devotees pa lang, ang hirap ng goodbye. Na-experience sa village talk, ang tagal, tagal mag-log out ng mga tao, di ba? Because nag-enjoy tayo doon sa association, parang sana ganito forever kasi ang sarap ng pakiramdam. But of course, there are, sabi nga, a separation makes the love go fonder. Habang may separation, mas nag-i-intensify yung love. Sabi sa text 30, as they were leaving, those Bhaktivedantas who are very kind to poor hearted souls, instructed me in that most confidential subject, which is instructed by the personality of God Himself. Sir Papa discuss here kung ano yung pinag-usapan ni Krishna sa ni Arjuna sa Bhagavad Gita. We have the confidential knowledge. Yes, a lot of spiritualists, a lot of those who are practicing spiritual life, ito na yung goal na makukuha nila in that sense. Yung confidential knowledge, to know we're not the body, we're the spirit soul. Yung iba, mahaba yung years na gugugulin nila para malaman to. They'll perform yoga activities for so long. They will perform a lot of austerities. They will read a lot of books just to conclude, ay, hindi pala ako yung body, ako pala yung soul. This is the confidential knowledge. And the more confidential knowledge is knowing na, okay, ako na yung soul, may body. Eh, sino gumawa nito? So, they would learn na, okay, may energy si Krishna, may material energy siya, tapos may spiritual energy siya. Tapos connected tayo kay Krishna. Knowing that is very kakaiba na sa mga maraming tao din. It's hard to ponder. That is the more confidential knowledge. And the most confidential knowledge, this is very rare, to know the real relationship ng isang soul kay Krishna and how to attain that, which is the pure unalloyed devotional service. It is not mixed with other things. The pure unalloyed devotional service is knowing one is the servant of Krishna, and one is serving Krishna according to Krishna's desire. And the goal of life is to develop love for Krishna, not just to eradicate all the miseries sa buhay natin, or um, ma-realize natin we're not the body, or malaman natin yung mga energies, mga mysticism. The goal of life, kaya most confidential knowledge, kasi is to reconnect yung love kay Krishna, to serve Him with love and devotion. So sinabi rito, in-instruct nito ng mga Vedantis kay Narada Modi. 5 years old. 5 years old. Kung may anak kayo ng mga around that time, try natin. Tingnan natin kung paano. Pero kakaiba talaga, di ba? And gusto ko yung point na sinabi ni Radhanath Prabhu. Hindi nakaka-rely dun sa status of life ng isang tao yung devotional service. Whatever background na meron tayo, whatever upbringing na meron tayo, lahat deserving yung Krishna consciousness. And we don't know previous lives kung ano yung mga unwanted backgrounds na meron tayo, di ba? And because of the mercy of the pure devotees, because of the mercy of the Guru, we were in this practice aspiring to become a devotee. Kaya na lang ganun kahirap mag-goodbye. Kasi ganun yung ka-deep yung connection. Yung mga Bhaktivedantas, yung mga pure devotees na yun, connected Narada Muni to Krishna through the disciplic succession. And ang hirap mag-goodbye na yun. Kumbaga parang hindi ko alam eh. Ikaw ba Navadip Chandra Prabhu? Gano'n ba kahirap mag-goodbye para sa'yo?
Ayun nga, hateful goodbyes eh. Ayoko na mag-goodbye. Baka hindi na tayo titigil dito sa ano na to. Sa
Sabi sa
podcast
Zoom
na
na
to.
to. Wala.
Hindi,
Kailan mo ba nakwento yun? Yung may
sa Zoom na
nag-goodbye
to.
ka sa Merville?
Yung.
Yung nag-goodbye ka dun sa mga devotee sa Merville.
Ah,
Sa podcast yata yan, sa Village Talk yata yan. Pero
sa,
kakaiba, di ba?
sa village shop. Ah, oh, kasi actually, hindi naman talaga ako ganun ka-emotional o what eh. Pero yung nakasama mo sila for how many months. Tapos, actually, nung una, ito yung behind doon masaya yung pag-aaral, di ba? Pero, wow, Shambhi Hari is here. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, mga OG ng ano yan, Village Talk yan. Saka
Wow,
sila
Gio.
Kanay Krishna.
Galing,
Eh.
nasa duty siya.
Nasa
Oh.
duty pa, no?
Anyway.
Galing.
Haribol! Haribol!
So, ayun, ano to? Yun, yung behind the scene doon. Hiniling ko kay Chris na yun, dapat malis na yung mga yan. Kasi along the way, kinukuha nila yung toothpaste ko, yung tsinelas ko, ginagamit nila, ganyan. Krishna, bakit naman ganito itong mga to? Parang ganyan. So, sabi nga, be careful what you wish for. Tapos, di, okay na. Tapos, nung paalis na sila, nakita mo may mga bag na, malalaking bag, matataas pa sa kanila, tapos sakay na sila ng tricycle or what. Nakikita mo, may mga ngiti sa kanilang mga labi. Ikaw din, meron naman, pero nakikita mo mag-isa ka na lang, wala nang tao sa likod mo, sila puro nandurog na. Napakahirap, tapos, ayun, tapos may mga mataji pang nangaasar na nakatingin sa'yo, kaya hinihintay ko anong mangyayari. Tapos biglang iiyak na yan, iiyak. Hindi naman ako dapat iyak, pero anyway, makulit yung mga mataji sa'yo, hindi ko talaga makalimutan yung mga yun. So, mahirap mag-goodbye. So, sabi nga daw sa spiritual world, we don't say goodbye. Parang, ano nga ba yung naradanat? Parang we don't say goodbye, but we always say, nakalimutan ko, maganda yun eh. Baka alam yung dalawa. O baka si Sambiari alam niya. Magaling to si Sambiari. Anyway,
Ang
baka,
tagal ko na dito sa material world, pero nakalimutan ko na yung sa spiritual. Time immemorial na ako
anyway,
dito.
may gusto akong i-share na kwento. I-take advantage ko na to. About to sa moment of association ng devotee. So, one time, meron isang dacoits or parang ang tawag dun. Basta yung
Criminal?
robbery, gusto niya criminal. Hindi, gusto lang niya magnakaw, parang ganyan. Tapos yung king, gusto niyang ibigay yung princess niya, i-announce sa lahat na available na yung princess ko, ganyan, kung sinong gusto. So, sabing ganun, nagpatawag yung king sa lahat ng pinatawag yung mga lahat ng citizen kung sinong gustong makuha yung princess. And then sabing ganun. So may mga lahat dumating. So in a row, madami. And then sabing ganun niya is okay, I will give the 25 I will give the 25% of my kingdom, then with my daughter. So ngayon, the purpose of preaching and ayun pala is to give the daughter ganyan. So hindi sila interested doon. So umalis na sila. And then pangalawa, dumating sabing ganun,
Pero
okay, ito na lang.
medyo naghangka sa akin. I don't know with others. Sabi, ano yung sabi nung king, he will give 25% nung
Yeah,
part ng kingdom
25%.
niya. Tapos
Yeah.
anong nangyari after ulit?
Umalis yung mga first row, yung mga sanyasi. Umalis sila kasi sabi nila, kaya sila pumunta doon, they thought it purpose of preaching, pero it's not their business to have such yung daughter and the kingdom and all. So umalis na sila. Okay. Then pangalawa, okay, I give the 50% of my kingdom plus my daughter. So umalis yung mga grihasta kasi meron na silang wife and family and all. So hindi nila business 'yon. So ang gusto lang nila is yan nga, purpose of preaching din also, and then maybe the kingdom, pero they cannot accept the daughter kasi meron na nga silang family. Pangatlo, okay, 75% of my kingdom plus my daughter. So umalis yung etong third row is mga banapras. Sabi nila, retired na kami, tapos na kami diyan sa ganyang ano na 'yan, sa ganyang, ano 'to, sa yung expand ng life na 'yan. So, we are parang naka-focus na sila sa spiritual pursuit na todo. And then the last one is the sabi nga, "Okey, o sige 100% of my kingdom plus my daughter." So yung last, umalis na sila. Yung sinasabi kong criminal, nasa last siya, pero nagpanggap siyang yogi na with the bear skin, ganyan-ganyan. So, nagpanggap siyang yogi, ganyan. Then, sabi niya, "My dear sir," siya na lang natira, eh, ta's tinawag siya nung king. "My dear sir, it's look like you are ganito, ganito," pinraise siya nung king na parang napaka-transcendental niya, gano'n, gano'n. Tapos pinagalitan niya yung king. "No, please, don't say, wag mo akong sabihin ng mga magagandang ganyan. Actually, I'm, rab ni-reveal niya na yung sarili niya na nagpunta siya dito para nga sa kingdom, eh, para sa daughter. Gusto niya yung mga kayamanan. Pero nagbago na yung isip niya ngayon. Bakit? Because nung nakita niya nag-alisan sa harap yung mga sannyasi, brahmacharis, grihasta, and banapras, is nakita niya wala palang ano, parang bakit malaki yung value ng kingdom pero parang naging walang value. Because yun nga, by the moment yung na-purify siya dun sa moment ang association ng mga holy people na nandoon na walang interest dun sa wealth and dun sa pleasure nung opposite sex, parang gano'n. So, yun, ang number one point dun is wala namang sinabi yung mga ano, hindi naman nga siya tinuruan, eh. Pero just by the moment of association of a pure devotee, nawawala yung sin natin and then napapalitan tayo ng love of Godhead. So, gano'n ka-precious yung, um, association ng devotee. Kaya napapaiyak tayo. Thank you very much.
Napapaiyak sa goodbyes, no? Mahirap nga naman talaga kasi may attachment tayo dun sa mga devotees na were helping us as well to be closer kay Krishna, to yung mga tao na may loving relationships din tayo. And that is the most highest form ng relationship din, na we are exchanging services tapos we are engaging each other or ini-engage tayo sa service para kay Krishna or sa other devotees. There's no other way na pwedeng mas mag-top doon. Like the spiritual master, yung love na pwede natin ma-receive, yung love na pinakamataas is pwedeng magagaling kay sa spiritual master kasi ini-engage niya tayo papunta sa service para kay Krishna. And when one felt that sincere and love and care galing sa isang tao, mahirap siya bitawan, mahirap siya malaman na, uy, teka lang, parang goodbyes na ba yun? Ito na ba yun? Di ba? So, kakaiba yung mga experiences na yun. Si Redat po for sure may share about this verse. Or you can go sa other, sa next verse sa 31st if you wish to.
Yeah, I guess we can read the 31st verse. By that confidential knowledge, I could understand clearly the influence of the energy of Lord Sri Krishna, the creator, maintainer, and annihilator of everything. By knowing that, one can return to him and personally meet him. So, yung pinag-uusapan nga natin na most confidential knowledge. Kasi nga maraming different knowledge, eh, 'di ba, sa Vedas na daanan din natin 'yon na napakarami. And kaya nga tayo humantong sa sitwasyon na 'to kasi nga Vyasadeva is feeling somewhat dissatisfied. Kaya kailangan niyang i-rewrite yung Vedas and mag-present ng something na talagang to the point. Wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa. And even that writings, yung nagfo-focus sa devotional service, focusing on Krishna's glories, pastimes, and activities. Andun yung confidential knowledge eh. Bakit? Kasi eventually all those stories, all those lessons is leading up to one mako-convince ka na devotional service is the only ways and means to go back home, back to Godhead. Wala nang so many other type of philosophies. Just devotional service. And just like anything, 'di ba, pag kasi si Narada Mu ay si Narada Muni sinasabi niya nung bata pa siya. Immediately naging attached siya sa association ng mga ng mga Vedantis eh, Bhakti Vedantas eh. And just like everybody else, pag meron tayong attachment sa isang bagay, sa isang tao, kahit mahirap i-let go eh. Mahirap siya let go eh. Actually, dun nga tayo tinetest ni Krishna minsan eh, sa mga attachments na yun eh. Gaano tayo ka, alam mo yun, gaano tayo nag-hold on to certain attachment. Iba, sobrang attached sa yaman, sa talino, sa sa gandang pangangatawan, di ba? Describe ni Queen Kunti yun eh. Attached ka sa high birth. O attached tayo sa anything na material, bagay. Like attached tayo sa family members. Di ba pag may family member tayo na sobrang kilala natin, nakasalamuha natin ng deep, we have deep relationship, we're attached to them. When they pass away, di ba, masakit eh. Sakit. We're still human, sasaktan tayo. Even for devotees, masakit. So, ang nangyayari kay ang gustong ipakita dito sa atin is saan ba tayo dapat maging attached, di ba? Si Narada Muni, na-attach siya sa association ng mga Bhaktivedantas. Bakit? Kasi he feel na yung binigay nila sa kanya is something na very special. Something that even at his age, 5 years old, naintindihan niya na this is the goal of life. This is the reason. Ito yung dapat maging purpose of life. Kung maintindihan ko si Krishna, hanapin ko si Krishna. So, yun yung confidential knowledge. Paano natin in our daily workings ng buhay natin, paano ba natin makikita si Krishna? Paano ba natin mahanap si Krishna sa every situation? So, I guess, para sa akin yung understanding ko that, yun yung confidential knowledge eh. How we see Krishna in every situation. And mind you, 5 years old, di ba? Sana ganun din sana tayo, no? Or yung mga magiging anak natin, no? Pero very fortunate na malaman niya agad yung purpose of life niya in that very early stage because of the help of those Bhaktivedanta. So, yung attachment, he is in the right, yung attachment niya is in the right place. So, another lesson we can take from that is yung we recognize our attachments and let's see if those attachments are worth it, di ba? And is it something that can give us even sabihin nating longer lasting happiness kasi may mga attachment tayo okay at certain point lang eh. Means ganyan pag may bago kang phone, di ba? Yung attachment dun sa bagong phone talagang sobrang ingat ka eh. Baka magasgasan, lalagyan mo ng case, protector, blah blah blah. Pero maya-maya, 5 months or 3 months, ganun. Medyo ka na eh, malulus na yung pinapabayaan mo na yung telepono eh. So, nawawala yung attachment bigla eh. So, ano yung attachment na sa tingin natin magla-last forever and we will just continue that feeling na magiging attached tayo. And yun yung hopefully makuha natin sa Krishna consciousness. Ayun yung tinuturo for me, yun yung tinuturo ng verse na ito, yung putting your attachment to the right place, di ba? The right persons. And certainly will give us satisfaction.
Kakaibang perspective and um, for me, it is enlightening na yung point na sinabi ni Radhanath Prabhu. We choose our attachments. Kasi it's the nature ng human being ma-attach sa someone or isang bagay eh. 'Di ba? Kasi yung attachment na yun, doon mo rin ibubuhos yung attention mo. Doon rin mo ibubuhos yung mga desire mo. And all. We choose it. 'Di ba? Kung paano yung magiging life natin depende sa attachments din natin. And that eternal happiness na hinaharap natin, sobrang importante. Kasi if we're gonna be attached sa mga temporary happiness, after some time, madi-disappoint din tayo kasi it will not last long. Diba? Kung may iPhone 12 ka, tapos parating na yung iPhone 13, ako, parang, feeling mo incomplete na yan. Di ba? Hindi ka na satisfied. Di ba? Parang, ay na yung bago. Parang kulang pala, hindi pa maganda yung camera na ito. So, ang sarap malaman, oo nga no, kailangan malaman yung mga attachments natin. Kanino, para saan. And gusto ko yung sabi ni um, nila Prabhus na yung Gopis, simple village people lang sila. But they were so very attached kay Krishna. Kaya nga when we are going to Vrindavan in India, hindi mo malalaman kung sino yung pure devotee. We know most of them. Pero hindi siya nakagarb basta-basta ng, hindi mo makikita outward or sa suot ng damit. Yung iba doon, they're serving Krishna. Nagawalis lang sila palagi sa Vraj, sa Vrindavan. Tapos lagi nila kinakanta yung mga pastimes and names ni Krishna. We wouldn't know. The more kaya nga, the simpler you are, alam mo yung buhay natin, mas marami yung attachment natin na pwedeng mabigay kay Krishna. The more complicated, marami distraction, marami tayong pwedeng ma-attach sa mga material ng mga temporary na bagay. And those, actually, si mga gopis, may time we know na si Krishna nagstay sa Brindavan for yung mga younger years niya. Pero meron siyang tito, pangalan si Akrura. And kailangan sunduin ni Akrura si Krishna sa si Balaram papunta dun sa biological parents nila, which is si Devaki and si Vasudev. Bago pumasok si Akrura sa Vrindavan, he was praying. He was putting himself in the right mood. So that's how we enter Vrindavan. That's how we enter also the association of devotees. We should be in the right mood, in the humble mood, in the mood of request. Tapos, nung sinundo na niya si Krishna and Balaram, sobrang grabe nangyari kasi yung mga gopis halos nag-rally sila. Pinipigilan nila yung wheel ng chariot, pinipigilan nila yung mga horses, sinasastise pa nila si Akrura. Tapos in sobrang lamentation sila kasi aalis si Krishna sa si Balaram sa kanila eh. Yung object of their love, yung attachment nila, aalis. Ganun kahirap mag-goodbye. And ganun yung sinasabi ni Namadip Chandra Prabhu na iba yung attachment na meron tayo sa devotees. Of course, yes, hindi pare-pareho palagi yung mga nature ng mga devotees. Pero we know kapag sabay-sabay kayo, like especially in kirtan, in festivals, yung mga pinag-usapan natin, lalo na pag sabay kayo sa struggles, parang sinasama up lang yung mga Vedic talk topics. Ano? Yung mga, lalo na, ito daw na di-develop yung strong relationship and friendship sa devotees. Eh. Kapag sabay kayo nag-struggle for serving, di ba? May andyan yung mga like yung sa festival when you're preparing something tapos mga mahirap na mga tasks, sabay-sabay kayo ng devotees. Lalo mag-grow fonder yung mga relationship sa devotees, lalo na sa mga senior devotees. Kaya yung goodbye na yun napakahirap. Pero yung gopis na yun, when Krishna left, lalo nag-grow pa yung love nila, lalo nag-grow yung attachment nila kay Krishna. Even di sila magkasama physically. And that is the goal ng isang disciple. We have two kinds of associations sa mga senior devotees natin or the guru. We have the Vapu and the Vani, the physical presence of association and the instructions. Si Navadip Chandra i-explain sa atin yan, paano ba yung Vapu and Vani niya. And gano'n ka-importante? Ano yung mas important?
As you can see, ang one of for me yung naisip yung Bani and Bapu na yun. One of the living example of that Bani and Bapu is our dear Guru Maharaj. Kasi yun nga eh, sabi nga hindi man niya na ka-associate si Prabhupada ng yung talagang physically, pero yung instruction, which is yung Vani, right, Vani? The Bapu is the personal association, the physical association, and then the Vani is the instruction. So, yun yung ano ganun yung ka yun ganun kahalaga instruction. Bakit? Meron isang kunyari may person na nalaglag sa well. Tapos naghahanap siya ng sa deep dark well, naghahanap siya ng tutulong sa kanya. So nasa taas 'yon. So sabing gano'n, so may nagsaklolo na sa kanya, tutulong sa kanya. Sabi gano'n, "Tulungan mo ako, gusto ko iakyat mo ako dito," ganyan, ganyan. So, ang gagawin nung nasa taas, maglalaglag siya magpapadala siya ng rope. Tapos sabi niya, "Kumapit ka sa rope." Kaso, hindi ko kayang kumapit sa rope. Yung instruction na yun lang yung hold on mo, eh. Yun lang yung instruction na yun, yung rope na yun is yung instruction actually na 'pag hindi ka nag-hold on dun, hindi ka aakyat. Paano ka makakaligtas? Ang point mo lang is sundin yung instruction, kumapit ka sa rope, kumapit ka sa instruction, and then they'll take you up. If not, then, ikaw na lang humawak para sa akin or sunduin mo ako dito, ganyan. No, it cannot be. So, kumbaga, ang main point is the mercy is there, the rope is there, the instruction is there, and you follow the instruction or you follow yun nga, yung advantage ng mercy, then doon tayo doon tayo how to say, magiging safe or maliligtas, parang gano'n. Kasi it's like parang ganito. It's like yung speaking of mercy, yung 'pag nasa eskuwelahan ka, sabi daw yung teacher, ang pinaka-mercy ng teacher is pinag-aralan niya yung subject and then ituturo niya sa'yo, i-explain niya sa'yo ng maayos. Ngayon, yun yung mercy niya. It's up to us kung tatanggapin natin, i-a-apply natin or anything. Kung sasabihin natin, merciful naman si teacher, babait naman yan. So hindi na lang ako mag-aaral. Tapos, hindi ako mag-aaral, pero mamaya, mag-aasa ko ng, dahil merciful siya, dahil mabait siya, magmamakaawa ko, teacher, hindi ako nag-aral, pero pwede mo bang ipasa ako, bigyan mo ako ng 90. So, malabo mangyari yon. Hindi kanya pwedeng ipasa ng, hindi yun yung mercy na iniisip natin na, okay, wala akong gagawin dahil merciful naman si Lord, buburahin niya yung kasalanan ko dahil anak niya ako, hindi, wala na akong gagawin. So, hindi ganun yung mercy. Ang mercy is, the blessing and mercy is always there, and we take advantage those instruction, and then we be happy and live with it. Then we'll go back home, back to God with a happy mood, something like that. Okay lah. Meron pa ba? Eto, sige, ayaw niyo pa umano eh. Iba naman, gusto ko lang, kanina ko pa gusto sabihin to yung trivia about sa most confidential knowledge. May nabasa ako about to sa most confidential knowledge. Bakit daw most confidential knowledge? Kasi, si Narada Muni is yung mood niya, ang unang tinitingnan dito yung mood eh. Yung mood niya, wala siyang envious doon, hindi siya envious doon sa mga Vedantis. Andun yung humble mood niya. Andun yung gusto niya mag-serve. And why confidential knowledge? Because if you just give Krishna to those envious, pwede nilang ma-offend lang si Krishna. Na, sige to, si Krishna, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Kung makikita natin, yung sa Bhagavad Gita, bakit yung most confidential knowledge is nandoon sa gitna. Nandoon yung Bhagavad Gita is composed of 18 chapter. Yung pinakagitna ng 18 chapter is chapter 9. Chapter 9 is the most confidential knowledge. yung first six chapter, and then the and then uh, nasa gitna yung most confidential knowledge. Naka-sandwich yon yung first six chapter na upper, and then yung last six chapter is pinoprotektahan niya yung middle six chapter. Kaya kumbaga yun yung palaman, yun yung talagang essence nung Bhagavad Gita, parang ganun. Kaya most confidential knowledge. Kumbaga sa first six chapter, ipupurify muna tayo, papakita muna na we are not this body, we are spirit soul, ito yung, and then yung process, ito na sa middle six chapter ng Bhagavad Gita. And then, yun, ito yung dapat mong gawin, that's why this is the most confidential knowledge. And then the third six chapter is yung goal. So ito na yung dapat, ito na yung mangyayari pagka ginawa mo yan, parang gano'n. So, yun yung, that's why very, yan, most confidential knowledge because, kumbaga, pang-devotee na yung inaano nila, yung ina-explain nila or yung binigay nila kay Narada Muni. So, maging instant devotee agad tayo pagka ganun.
Jai, maganda yung mga examples and
Yes.
stories na binigay ni Prabhu. And of course, si Radhanath Prabhu may ma-share sa atin regarding. Especially yung mga instruction. Ako, kung kasama palagi yung guru with physical association and instructions, maraming nectar ka makukuha for sure. Minsan hindi na by words by body language, by simple gestures. Alam na yung gagawin eh. May ganung as a close associates ng mga pure devotees.
First of all, ang ganda nung actually ang ganda nung analogy, ang ganda ng example na binigay na yung nasa well, yung taong nasa well and helpless, and the instruction, the rope. Ano talaga siya in a plain picture, ganun naman yung sitwasyon natin eh. We're in a deep dark well. It's very hard to get out of it. You're helpless. Only by the mercy, kung may makarinig sa'yo. Of course, that's yung longing mo, no? You want to get out. And then, someone gives you the rope, the instruction. Galing eh, parang fitting example siya kasi yung dinidescribe sa scriptures natin na yung material life is just like that. You're living in a deep dark well. And the only way to get out of it is by the mercy of those who have the ropes, and they're able to give you the ropes. But it's really entirely up to you how you act. So kung magiging stubborn ka, hindi, sunduin mo ako rito, kailangan ko ikaw mismo, ganyan. Or hindi ako marunong makyat, di ba? So kailangan ng endeavor, personal endeavor, kahit saan, kahit anong bagay. So similarly sa material life, if we want to get out of this miserable condition of life, we have to do something, di ba? In-explain din ni Nawadi Prabhu na yung mercy andyan lang yan. It's always been there. But we are actually the ones who turned our back on the mercy. And we think we can enjoy separately. And now we realized. Hopefully we realized, di ba? You have to act. Lahat ng bagay kailangan may personal endeavor ka. And meron ding factor palagi din na Krishna's mercy. And Krishna's mercy is always there. The scriptures, the sadhus, di ba? Andyan na sila lahat eh. So, it's really a matter of searching and looking and acting din. Kailangan may gagawin tayo. Hindi pwedeng ipapasa ka na lang ng teacher mo, wala kang gawin. Minsan nga, kailangan mo pang ang tawag doon, maglagay sa teacher mo. Tawag doon, may term akong gustong makuha.
Magregalo ng Avon products.
Parang gano'n, magre-regalo ka. Sir, kapalit na lang ng ito. Parang gano'n eh. Sabi nga sa at least ni Bhaktivinoda Thakur, lagi ko naalala yun eh. Sa spiritual life, especially when we want to get the mercy, we will beg, we will borrow, or we will steal. Yun, bribe, exactly. Thank you, John Mataji. That's the word, bribe. Bribe mo eh. Di ba? So similarly sa spiritual life, ganun eh. We beg, we borrow, or we steal. Diba? We do whatever we can just to get this mercy. Very important kasi nga mercy case tayo palagi eh. Mercy case tayo eh. We We should never think na we're qualified. We're always a mercy case. So, the instructions given by the spiritual masters. Kaya nga, nasa 10 offenses siya eh. And nasa pang ilan siya? Third is to disobey. Sa 10 offenses, enchanting the holy names ni Krishna. Isa sa mga, nasa number 3 siya eh. Yung hindrance na makaka-destroy ng pursuit mo to chant the holy name is yung disobeying the orders of the spiritual master and to think that they're just an ordinary person, di ba? So pinapakita doon yung yung the actual glorious position ng spiritual master, the teacher, and the instructions na binibigay niya kasi sabi nga with the instruction the power is there, di ba? Just like sabi nga niya Prabhu, perfect example si Guru Maharaj natin na gano'n. Never had so much physical association with Srila Prabhupada. Same with our dear Srila Prabhupada. He never really had so much, or at least not very often, that he gets this physical association with his guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And even yung instruction na binigay ni Srila Bhaktisiddhanta sa kanya, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada sa kanya, it took how many years pa? 20 plus years, something like that. Although he kept, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, he kept it in his heart. Somehow just by, situation, he had to keep it there for some time. Pero he said he never forget instruction, he kept it. And in the right timing, he executed the instruction. And surely enough, when one is sincere, so sincere, making the instructions of the spiritual master his life and soul, then there's only success. Just like eventually si Arjuna nag-surrender lang siya sa instruction ni Krishna. Then fight. Di ba? Wala ka na kailangan gawin, just fight. Actually, tapos na to eh. Kailangan ko lang makita lumabang kayo, pero tapos na talaga actually to eh. So, he had to surrender. Wala ka nang ibang gagawin. Just surrender to the instruction and everything will be taken care of. Parang ganun. So, similarly, ganun. The instructions of the Guru, the instructions from the Sastras, instructions we get from devotees, they are not ordinary instructions. Why? Because those instructions, spiritual instructions, ultimately leads up to Krishna. So, how can we just, parang casually ignore or not really do anything about it, or sometimes do it half-heartedly? No, that's not the way. It has to be one sa recipient ng instruction dapat yung important na pinapoint down ni Prabhu in the envious sa person and with full faith sa instruction. Ultimately, ang pinaka-instruction naman ng spiritual master sa atin is to not forget Krishna. Always remember him and chant the holy names. Diba? Kung wala na talaga mabigay yung guru na instruction sa atin because we're so stubborn, he will beg, just don't forget Krishna. Chant his holy name kahit nasan ka pa. Diba? Ganun sila ka-compassionate. Hindi ka nila talaga papakawalan. Krishna, put Krishna in your life somehow or the other. So, instructions are very important. And yung binigay na instruction ng mga Bhaktivedantas kay Narada Muni at the very age, makikita natin paano niya may execute yun. Paano niya maaalala yung mga instructions sa mga following na mga mangyayari sa story. Kasi it's gonna be a painful story din, pero doon makikita din yung tests how kasi iba yung instruction, iba yung na-receive mo lang and na-realize, iba yun eh. Iba yung you just you heard it pero you did not do anything, pero iba yung na-realize mo yung instruction eh, and you executed the instruction eh. So mababasa natin yan sa future na verses. So napakaganda na stories the following stories.
Yes, sobrang importante yung mga points that they've mentioned. Actually, may dalawang way daw to reach yung love para kay Krishna. Para ma-perfect natin yung life natin. May dalawang way. First is we do our sadhana. Every day, we do our sadhana. The second and the most effective is if we receive the mercy, the kripa. So these two, minsan yung sadhana daw, It will take us lifetime or lifetimes para dun sa sadhana na yun. Pero kapag may mercy tayo, coupled with sadhana, mas mabilis. May nagtanong sa akin kagabi, gaano ba katagal perfect yung life ng isang practitioner ng Krishna consciousness? Kasi parang minsan nakaka-ano eh, procrastinate feel na parang matagal pa 'to, baka ilang lifetime pa. Maririnig mo sa ibang devotee yun na parang, "Sige, next lifetime babawi ako. Ngayon lifetime medyo sakto lang." Pero in a moment's association, sabi nga ni Srila Prabhupada, 'di ba? Hindi kailangan na matagal na matagal. Moment's association, we could perfect this lifetime by the mercy ng devotees. Just like what happened to Narada Muni, na-please yung mga Bhaktivedantis. He was initiated at the same time being instructed ng most confidential knowledge because nandun yung mercy. Kasi pwedeng yung isang tao mag-perform lang ng sadhana, not connected to the guru, not pleasing the guru. May sadhana lang siya, sarili lang niya. Without having the mercy ng mga devotees, especially ng guru. Medyo mas may time that he will take. So that combination of the two is the way para makuha natin yung Krishna consciousness, makuha natin si Krishna in love kay Krishna. We could say goodbye in physical association ng devotees. Pero dapat din natin bitawan yung instructions nila. And if one, katulad ng sabi na with Chandra Po, didn't follow the instructions ng mga spiritual teachers natin or ng mga senior devotees natin, senior God brothers natin, God sisters natin, ayun yung pag-goodbye natin sa instructions and it will be harder for us. So, we can say goodbye sa physical association, pero we still must hold on sa instructions. We nourish that love na meron tayo, that relationship. And napakasarap ng kind of friendship yun in material sense or even in devotees. Na kahit years kayo hindi makita, I could see that in Sri Prabhupada disciples, our Guru Maharaj. Sometimes, may mga God brothers sila na 10 years or minsan more than pa hindi sila nakikita. Pero pag nakita sila, parang bumalik sila dun sa dati where they took off. Walang ilangan, kumbaga ito yun eh, yung relationship na yun eh. Parang hindi na define yung physical presence, yung relationship ng between two person. Much more nag-grow pa siya. Just like yung separation ng love ng mga gopis kay Krishna. Yung separation na yun, much more nag-grow pa siya. Pag may union na, mas grabe yung intensity. So we should be in that mood na kahit wala tayo sa presence ng spiritual master natin, physically, or ng devotees, or even Srila Prabhupada. But by that instructions, kasama natin sila and kasama natin si Krishna. And that they will be pleased and we will receive the mercy. So si Krishna consciousness is a science, the process is there, and they reveal kung paano natin makukuha yun. So we will not say goodbye today kasi we will see you later. There were changes in the schedule. 8 o'clock will be no classes. Guru Maharaj have something to do and he's not feeling well, so we should pray first. Wellness as well. 11 o'clock will be a class by Janalivas Prabhu on Bhagavad Gita. And 7 o'clock will be Village Talk by kami uli. Kung di pa kayo nagkasama sa amin, punta pa kayo mamaya.
By the Village Boys.
The Village Boys. Maraming salamat and we're happy and honored and humbled to always have your association. And walang goodbye. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Devotees Association ki jai. Gora Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you everyone. Prabhu's Matajis. Please continue to chant your rounds and
Hare
finish
Krishna.
your minimum rounds and read Srila Prabhupada books. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Nice to
Krishna.
see you
Good
all.
morning, everyone. Have a great day. See you later.